Today I'm going to work on the most requested feature, which is the ability to create the custom quest. Because right now, if you look right here, we have 6 quests, which is the default quest of the user. And a lot of you guys asked me to do the ability to add the custom quest because not everyone want to do this quest. Because this 6 quest right here is are the quest that I wanted to do. But when my friends using it as well, they want to use a different quest. And so for that, let's go ahead and build it. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the public quest. This is public quest. If you look at the table that I'm having right now inside my database, if you look at the quest, we have like 6 quests, which is the public quest. If we go into the public here, which is true. But I also prepare the database already that we're going to have like this created by. So this one is going to be tailored to the custom quest for the user. So I think we can just create a new quest and add it by creator ID. That's it. And also on how to fetch this one, I need to, on the user profile, I need to fetch the custom quest or the default quest. So this is the thing that we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do that. So first, I'm going to go to the user profile. I wanted to create a switch for the user to click on, and then they can switch if they want to use the default quest or their own custom quest. So for that, let's go ahead and copy the code of the switch. So I have the switch codes right here that I did before. So I'm going to copy and paste this code right here. And I'm going to create a new component. So a new component is going to inside this one right here. I'm going to call this one switch quest. Am I spell it right? Yeah. And so we can paste this one right here, which is night. And okay, I need to start my timer right here. Okay, we need to update the user profile. So manage profile right here. On the last one, maybe I can just copy and paste this. Oops. And right now you can see we can see both of this one, and then gonna do enable customs quest. So on enable custom quest, we can do this, or I think maybe we can just do custom quest, it's fine. And then on this one, we can just use the switch quest component. All right. Need to do this one, and can do control dot to auto import this one right here. Okay. Great. So right now we have this one, so we can be able to do toggle and untoggle. Very nice. Right now, on the user profile, if we go to this one, I'm going to create a new columns that is going to call enables custom quest. The default value of this one is going to be Boolean, and it's going to be false. So for the new user that is created, like the previous user, because right now there's already user, that 60 user already. So I need to have like a default using the previous quest. And so let's save this one. So all of this one is default, but I'm going to filter this one based on my user. So we can test this one. So I'm going to impersonate this user. And right now I can be able to change, to do change on this one. And then we can read and update this one. Let's go ahead and do that. I think since I update this one, I need to, I think for the switch right here, the value should be passed as a prompt from this one instead. Maybe we can do like a value, and then the value here is going to be Boolean, and then we can pass the value to this one. Right now, this is going to be wrong. So we need to pass a value, which is going to be data dot enable quest. If you look at this one, I used to use user right here, so I can pass it. And I think I need to get the type of this one. So let's go ahead and get the types. we do this, we need to npx login. Great, and then we can just do the type right here. On the type right here, maybe we can do this one. So for my case, it's going to be inside the libs, and the project ref, this one, it's going to be in the project settings. Okay, go to API, now general, this one, and so we can paste. So after this, we're gonna get, all right, okay, we have this error. I think for Supabase, we need, maybe UI, if you watch this one, you can create, contribute that to update this documentation, because right now it's not correct, the documentation with the new updates. So it's going to do .lang instead. So right now I think it's done. And if we look at our code, we should be able to see right here, and we can find the value enable inside here as well. So you can see enable custom quest. We need to go to the error part right here, data dot enable. Okay, it's not there. Maybe we can take a look on this one. I think the error here should be removed. Okay, here we have the enable quest. Because I render as iUser, I believe that iUser right here missing the enable here. Okay, that makes sense. Can do this. And then this one is going to be Boolean. Right now we can go back to this one and pass this one right here. Okay, this is like data possibly null. One thing we can do OR on this one, then we can do false, and then we can do this one right here. Great. Right now on the switch right here, which is everything is good to go. And voila. Right now if we enable the user again, so we can see this value. But for example, if I go to this one and I try to update the user value to true right here. Okay, look like the update is not working. I see, I forgot to enable the policy, so I need to create a policy that the user has the ability to update their profile. I'm gonna do authenticated. So ID is gonna be equal to auth.uid, and then update their own profile, not project, is profile. So the ID right here, just we check, okay, only you be able to update your own ID. And right now, if we going back to database table, and let's go to profile, impersonate, let's find the user right here. And then we can be able to switch the true. So right now it stayed there, which is nice. And if we go back into this one, if I invalidate the user right here, I can invalidate, or I can do refresh. It's the same things. Right now you can see this is true. Very nice. Right now we need to create a function to toggle this one. I'm going to create a function called switch quest. And the switch quest right here, what it's going to do, Supabase is equal to create Supabase browser, and we're gonna do Supabase update. This one is gonna be enable quest, is gonna be not. So we're gonna do not value right here. So when we trigger this one, so the value is gonna be contrast of what we have right now. Can do await and asyncs, and I'm going to select the error only. Fail to switch quest. I think for this one, the message should not be, we need to check, right? So if it's true, so we're going to do this one, right? Else we're gonna successfully switch to default quest. And the other part, we can just, for the UI, we can just do something like this one. And then we can just call switch quest right here. So this should do it. So right now, if I click on this one, you can see successfully switched to default quest. If I click again, successfully switched to default quest. Okay. I see. Maybe we can do, instead of this one, we can just do enable instead. Switch to default quest. And if we, okay. It's false. So if I do true, it's gonna be switched to the custom quest, right? Okay, great. Right now it's working. But I think one thing is that when I open this one, it's not stay right here. I think the reason is that we need to update the cache of the user as well. We can use the query client, okay, to set the query. I think we can use this one right here. So when it's true, we're going to do this. We're gonna have query client. And then we can have this one. Let's auto import this one. This is going to be user. So this is like the key. So we have 3 key right here. So the user key right here. And this is, we're gonna have the current user data. Can I just do like this? All right, so I'm gonna give the type of this one. It's gonna be the iUser. And then we can spread like this. Go to this one. This is going to be not enable as well. Great. Right now, maybe let's try to refresh this one to get the latest. And then if we manage again, it fall. If we close and if we open again, as you can see, it fall right here. You can see? Very nice. Okay, great. So we switch this one and then let's go ahead and make sure that it is. Okay. I don't think this is right. Okay. If I go to true, this one is true, right? And if we open again, it's default. Not really sure why. On this user, it still fall right here. We can use the value instead. Try to refresh this one to get the latest data, which is true if I do this one. Switch to default quest. And if we reopen it again, it stay like this. Okay. Maybe okay, I see. I choose the wrong key right here. So this is like enable. It's also fine as well. I misspelled the name right here. That is the problem. Try to refresh this one again. Manage. Check the database. It's false. Okay. And if I do this one, true. Database. True as well. And if I close and open, so you can see it still stays true right here, which is really nice. Great. So right now, if the user is true, the default quest right here should be gone as well. So that's what I'm going to do next. So if we go your quest, let's go into quests right here. Maybe not this one. I think I don't think I use this component anymore. For reason I forgot to clean all the code as well, like before when I push this one, because I create a new UI. I still have the old UI as well. Maybe it's gonna be inside a new quest right here. Oh, we have like the quest tabs that render the user quest and a friend quest. So this one is gonna be use quest right here. So use quest, basically we get the quest and related quest progress, which in the current day. Okay. I think for this one, we need to fetch the quest that is equal to created by as well. It depends on like, is public or not on this data right here. We fetch the same things, but with different quests. Okay. Maybe I can pass another prop, which is enable like a custom quest or not, and then we can check if this one. Yeah, let's try to do that. As of now, maybe we can store this one into like query. And I'm going to remove one of the component. The quest right here is not being used. I'm going to remove it. It's okay. This one's like enable. So we can do user dot enable custom quest. Customs quest boolean. It's can be fault. The default is gonna be fault. And then on this one, we can use this one to do the condition. So if it's true, we're gonna do extend a query right here. So the query dot equals, we can do another dot equal. Since we fetch from the quest right here, we can do created by is going to be equal this value. And we can do another equal, which is public is fault. Okay. And then we await. And then we should be able to get the data. Then we can return the data from this one. Else, we can just do await query, which is the same thing, and return data right here. So both of data, so basically it's still the same things, but one is filtered out by the created by and public is fault. So if we refetch the quest log right now, if I invalidate, Huh. Okay. So for the user on this one, it is true. Try to refresh this one. We have the user, so you can see this is null. I think for our switch right here, maybe we not need this one. For me, I'm just gonna do this. Query clients dot invalidate query. So we're gonna do invalidate query instead. The difference is like between invalidate query and the set query is that invalidate query is going to refetch again. So we need to make another request. And then we can do just something like this. Also, when you do this one, we need to revalidate the quest log as well. If I'm not wrong, we use that key, right? The quest log, yes. Try to save it. Okay. And right now, let's go to manage this one. If I refresh this one, we invalidate this one, as you can see, and okay. It's null. But if I refresh this one, okay. It's not about this one right here. Maybe it's about the user quest, because user quest will pass this data and it depends on the is user right here. I need to think about how to refresh this one then. I don't want to reload the entire page. It should work though, like since I revalidate both of user and the quest log right here, it should work. I think it should work on this one. Try again. Okay. True, but this one is not. Because we do the conditions inside here, we do a conditions. That probably like depend on this one. Okay. Maybe if I do, no, they enable right here. Just we wait this one if we have this one right here. Maybe we can do a full no. If we do the full reload, it's bad for user experience. Let's just switch the custom quest and we do the full reload, which is not what I want. But for this one, if you use a refresh, it's like this. We do fault. And for, I see, it's not quest log. I need to invalidate the quest. My bad. Basically the quest key right here. Okay. My bad. So, okay. Right now, if I go to manage, if I do this once. Okay. Quest. It's quest key and quest. What's that? If I invalidate, look like the invalidate here is not working. For some reason, the invalidate here is not working. Manage. And if I click, this is working, but this is not working. But if I click manually invalidate, it worked. But if I have this one to invalidate, it's not working. Not really sure why. Maybe let's try to refresh this one again. Do this. Am I setting the right key though? Key should be quest, right? The key is quest. It's not invalidate. If you look at the network requests, okay, not sure why it zoomed like this. Okay, it seems like when I invalidate the quest, it's okay. So you can see it's still there. It's wrong for some reason. It is wrong on fetching this one right here. So you can see. It means the key is fetching from the wrong value. So it depend on like, I see, because this one is not being validated. If I do this, try to refresh it. Go to network, manage, invalidate. So it's gonna invalidate this one. We got the quest to be null. Okay, which is not true, right? Which is not true. The thing about this one is running before this one, which is not really good. If I do it again, we have like, we fetch the quest before the profile. Okay. Okay. Right now it's working. Okay. For some weird reason, it is working now. And I have no idea on why. And now it's go back to not working. One thing I can do is to do this one right here. Do use effect. I can have like a listener inside this one that is going to check on the user dot enable quest. So if for whatever reason that is going to change, we're gonna do this one. I think it's only if this one is chain. So on the initial load, I think it's gonna be double request, right? On this one. Quest lock select, we got some error. Got quest lock. Quest fail, okay. Try to manage account and do this one. And as you can see, right now it's fetch. So it's refetch, it listens to this one whenever that the enable quest is being changed. We're gonna do that as well. Which is, I think this is working fine. I'm gonna keep this one. And then for the switch right here, I don't need to do validate the quest right here. This one I can just ignore. Let's try it again. And right now, this is your custom quest. Great. This just work better. Very nice. Right now we need to create for test a quest. I am going to the quest quest right here. Table. Let's create a new one. Let's see the policy on this one. So if I insert, it means or the public is any public. If I create, the public is gonna be equal to false. Okay, that is great to know. For example, this is like a custom quest title, testing, and we need an emoji. Let's do emoji. It can be anything. Let's copy one of this emoji right here. Paste this one. Public is going to be to false. I see we need to impersonate this one. So impersonate as the user who's doing it. And so as you can see, the user be able to read this one. And if he inserts customs quest title, and maybe I leave this one as blank, and after I click this one, this should get false. The reason is that based on our policy, when we create this is gonna be false. We change this one to false, and if I click again, this one should go through. No. Since I impersonate this one, okay, maybe I need to do the click again. I'll try to save this one so you can see we have this one and created by this user. And if we go back into here, if I invalidate the quest right now, and as you can see, we have the custom quest, which is nice. Right now, one thing that whenever I created a quest, I need to update the user profile. If you go into the profile of the user, we have like the quest count. The quest count right here is 0. So we use this quest count to do the percentage. So for example, how many percentage based on your quest, right? And so for this one, how many quests? So for that, we need to create a trigger function that is going to be update quest count. We can do begin and end here. We can do update profiles. I do not know. Maybe we can do, I don't remember it. Just gonna use ChatGPT for this one. Break functions. Update. Usually there's some example, I'm just lazy to look it up. Okay, so this is what I want. So you can see we can just do set value right here. If it's up, if it's create, we're gonna do +1. Let's go through this one. So we need to listen to when a new quest created, we're gonna do +1. And if it's deleted, we going to do -1. Okay. Do count +1. You can see, just set count right here. That's it. That's good. Update profile, and then we set what? Quest count. I need to look at the profiles table. Which, this one right here, quest count with S. Where the profile ID is equal to the auth.uid. Okay. And then we need to return new on this one. Just do trigger, it's fine. Gonna do update this one. And I think this is fine. Update quest count. We can do like increments. Let's go to trigger. Create a new trigger, increment. When this one is insert on the new quest, let's do after. This is gonna be row, choose the functions, and increment quest. Let's do confirms. Great. Right now we be able to do this. I'm gonna do impersonate my user again. One thing is like I'm gonna update this one to 1 because right now we have one quest, right? We have one quest right here. Let's try another quest for this user, which is this one. Fault. Let's copy this one. Customs. Quest 2. And let's hit save. That's great. And then if you look at the profile, as you can see right now, it's 2. Great. Now we have done this one. Let's work on the delete. Do I have like the policy for delete? Yep, it's really easy. So for delete, I need to be authenticated. And then created by, this need to be equal to auth.uid. Delete user quest. So they can delete only their own quest. And so we need to create another function to do it as well. So we have increment. We need to do decrement the quest. I think I can copy the function of this one right here. Decrement, I just do -1 and return new, which is really simple. This one. We do trigger. That's it, I guess. This one, let's go to trigger, create a new one, decrement, quest, delete after, row, and we can do decrement right here. Click confirm. And right now we have this one too, and we have the quest right here. So if I going to delete this quest, great. And then right now, if you go back to this one, okay, something went wrong on this one. It's not working. There's still 2, which is wrong. Trigger, decrement. Okay, if we look at the function of the trigger, decrement. Where is the function decrement? Okay. Not sure this should work though. Like it should work. Like when you create its increment, when we this should work. This not. If it have an error, it should show that we have an error. But right now everything is staying silent. I need to take a look at the log. Do we have that log? Okay, invalidate UUID. Fine. What time is it? 23. Okay. It's gonna be somewhere on this one. On the insert. Real time. This is something else, I guess. Created by. Okay, maybe we can do something like this on the functions. Decrement. Decrement. The author UID here is update quest count. Before the quest count -1. This should work. Not really sure why it's not working. But for the increment it's working. Is this something? You can see it's the same things. After delete, we call this function. Okay, right now I'm gonna test this one. Just gonna do like +1 if it's working or not. Let's see if I go to quest, impersonate this user. Fault. Set the record. Save. Right now, if we go to the profile, it's increment to 3, which is working. But if I, for whatever reason, is delete this one. Okay, it looked like the function is not being triggered. Whatever we like, the function is not triggered. Okay, so we have this one. Let's just test it one last time. This thing, and this is gonna be false. Okay. This is gonna be increment to 4. But if I delete this one, okay. But if I delete this one, okay. So right now it's working. I think maybe I choose the wrong wrong table at the time. I need to update the function decrement right here to -1 instead. Confirm. And for the profile of the user, okay, maybe I should stop using this tab. First I'm gonna set this one to 0. Okay, right now if I insert this one again, testing, fault, save, okay, it working, 1, nice. And if I delete this one and go back to 0, great, it working. I think it just I using the wrong table at the time, I forgot, so it was like it was messed up. Okay, right now it's great. So like we do everything, delete quest and everything. Right now we need to create a new functions to enable this one. Right. A new function. When we create, we're gonna create a new task. So let's do it. Maybe inside here we can render. I'm gonna create a new one, which is gonna be called at a new home component, add new custom quest. I think we can just copy and paste this one and then we update the title. Something went wrong. Okay. Refresh this one. Okay, nice. So it's just we need to change a bunch of things inside here. We're gonna add more inputs into this one. So this one is like the quest title. I think there's only 2, right? I need a quest title and I need the emoji. This is going to be emoji. For the emoji right here, the user can use text, which is fine. They can use it, but when we render the UI, it's not going to be bad. Just remove this one and this one as well. I'm thinking I'm just really lazy. No, it's fine. Maybe we can just do this one. It's fine. Let's do this one is gonna be title, which is gonna be a string, and minimums on this one is gonna be at least 5 character, right? We're gonna have like a message. But so for example, if I do A right here, it's gonna be fail. This one is gonna be emoji. Well, emoji minimum is 1. Emoji. Oh, I think 1 is it's fine. We can just do this one. Title. And then we're gonna do like emoji, which is going to be empty as well. Okay, for this one we just need to change things a little bit. Maybe we can do uncommon instead. Emoji. Okay, it's still wrong. If I do this one, title is too short. Okay. There's no require. If I think there's optional, is optional. Is require. There's no is required, but we have optional, which is weird. Let's ask GPT about this one. None empty. Okay. The non-empty here is all right. Let's do the min right here. I'm just gonna do min at least 1. That's it. And okay, maybe for the error, let's do class text to red 400. Okay, good. Same thing on this one as well. Great. Now on this one, we're going to do froms the quest. And the quest right here, we're gonna have the title, which is going to be the beta title, and the emoji is gonna be beta.emoji. Yep, as you can see, we only need this 3 value right here. 2 value. Formula reset. Okay. We need to revalidate one thing as well. We need to revalidate the quest. The query client is equal to use query client, and query clients dot revalidate. Okay. Dot invalidate query. Let's the user quest. There's two ways. So you can get the data and then insert, or you can just do revalidate. I think this is like the easiest way. Right now, let's try to test this one. All right, my new quest, and then I'm going to need emoji. Click. Okay. This one should be at new quest. Click at file row quest table. Okay. I need to do another one is public. Why we have is accepted in here, which is weird. Right now we can go into this one because the default that I set on the database is true. And this one. Just public, there's no is. Like it's gonna be false. Let's try it again. Okay. Try to see the lock. Do I need to pass created by? Is this not going to auto generate? Okay, let's. Okay. I forgot to do auto generate right here. That is the problem. Right now, it's good. But the quest right here, it is not invalidate, which is the problem. But if I do right here, manually invalidate these things, it's going to happen. Again. New quest. Okay, it actually created. I invalidate the wrong place. Okay. Can do workout. There you go. Right now we have this one. Great. Really nice. And right now it's almost finished. Add a new quest, user quest. And this one we're gonna do if we have the user. We're gonna render if the user.enable quest is true only. So if the user switch back to different quests, it's going to be different as well. Okay. I think one additional feature that I was thinking like, okay, if we have like the different quests, like this one, if we look at the friend's quest, are we going to see that quest, or which quest are we gonna see, right? Right now, I'm just removing this user. I'm going to do it again through to localhost 3000 on this user. Right now, which quest? Okay. Huh. Why it's null? We have null. The reason is that the custom quest is fault. Okay. It is weird. Yeah, I'm just query the quest right here. That's it. Do I need to do this? No. I guess maybe let's try this one right here. And this one right after this one. Okay, so you can see it's nice. But if I do the custom quest, let's go back to this one. And if I switch back, it go back to this one. Okay, that's great. One thing is like, for example, the quest, the friend quest, we have the hook for that, right? This is friend request, the challenger quest, quest progress. Oh yeah. I see. I think it's fine. It doesn't really matter on which quest. So right now, let's try to add friend between this user. I'm gonna add him. Let's confirm. So both are friends right now. Let's say this guy have a custom quest, right? Let's try to upload the photos that he's doing it. Maybe this one's. Okay. Submit. Voila. And right now, this is none. Okay. We do. I think it's look like on the data on this one, we have the challenger quest, but the quest is gonna be null. Great. Quest progress. There's a bunch of ID right here. 19 record. Okay, this is belong to this user. Probably like this is the new one, right? Because this is the date. And we have quest ID, which is this quest. The problem is that the user won't be able to read the quest. Okay. I see, because the quest is wrong. One thing, if I'm the reviewer, I should be able to read your quest as well. So for that, we need to, if you look at the challenger right here, we have one of the policy is that select if you are a reviewer. Okay, it's kind of weird. Oh, no. On the profiles table, we have two policy. This one or allow here, right here, which is really nice. Okay, it is fine. I'm just gonna test it right now on the quest right here. Is public allow on quest, or this is gonna be created by. So when we read this one, we pass this one. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Just save this one. Under user right here, maybe we can invalidate this one again. Challenger quest. Right now, as you can see, that's good to go because I am his challenger. I should be able to see his quest. So for example, this is another problem. So this is going to be list on my quest right here. Right, because of right now my challenger quest is going to be my quest as well. Well, is that something that I'm curious when we talk about it? So, because yeah, okay, I think this is wrong on the query itself. It's not because of that. Let's just do the use quest. This is fall, and then we can do we just do this one is do dot equal to the public is gonna be true. Okay, and so if I invalidate the quest on this one again, I do not have my friend quest, and this is fetched by the user that I have my ID only. Okay, that's good. So right now I'm just going to do a, for example, if I'm doing this quest right here, try to submit, it's waiting. And then if I go to this account and then see my friend, so this is like a default quest. So it doesn't really matter, like as, for example, for me, like whatever quest that my friend have, I'm just gonna have him approve so he can do anything. There's no challenge. I'm not sure like it's just going to against like our concept on that, because what we want is like, okay, the user create this quest, it's gonna challenge his friend to do the same quest. So that's why initially I create like, we have like the default quests that we have, like 6 quests right here that we're going to challenge each other. But as of right now, if we able to do custom quests, it's more like not a challenge each other, but it's more like have each other to invalidate the quest. It's feel like it's right now. Yeah, that's the things right now. I think maybe as of now it's good to go. Maybe I think I'm gonna keep as it is. So that's one of what you guys asked. Maybe let me know if like this is what you guys want. I'm gonna deploy this one, and I'm gonna ask my friend as well. Is this something that what they want or not? Because I do not know. But yeah, right now the user be able to add a custom quest or use the existing quest. That's great. Right now I need to do one more thing, which is for the new user. They do not know if they have the ability to add the custom quest or default quest or not. one thing. Oh yeah. Oh. I think maybe before we go and doing that, I need to update the progress, the today progress. This one, the percentage on this one, I calculate by 6, but actually it's calculates based on the this one. So we can do like if the user dot enable quest. Okay, we can do let percentage. I'm just gonna do let percentage is equal to 0, right? And then we can do something like this. We have this percentage. If it's not, we can do this one. But if they enable, so it's going to be their own quest. So it's going to be user dot quest count. And right now, for example, if this user approve his friend request, approve, and ta-da! So right now, as you can see, it's 30% increase. But what if at the time that I do this one, okay, we have something kind of going wrong right here. Like why I cannot fetch the quest. Quest is null. No, which is weird. Okay. Not really sure why. I am enable true, which is I fetch my custom quest. And my custom quest right now, if we go to network, and if I invalidate the quest, it's fetch my quest. Okay, it worked. And not really sure though. Like for example, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does work. I need to fix this one. Right now, if we go to user quest, maybe I can do something like this. If user render just return loading. Oh no. Well, this one is true, right? So it should render this one. For whatever reason, this is not being rendered at all. Okay. Wait, what if I do this one? Okay. I think in the custom quest, there's some... I'm just doing this one right here. Yeah, because I just I copy and paste the code from the other component. That is why I'm facing this one right here. Okay, right, that's good. I need to add like a separation between these two. Let's do like a div on this ones. And you can do like a PT or empty, I guess, like empty T5. Hopefully it's working. No? Great. Add another div. So right now we can have separation between this one. Great. Okay, just right now, just make sure that everything is good to go. Maybe I can remove this one. Okay. It is fine. Okay, right now, I think the next step that I'm thinking about is thinking about how to tell the new user that they can switch between the custom quest or the custom quest or the default quest. There's some, I think I should do like the onboard screen, and then that should be like probably it. And I need to do like some banner for the old user that right now they can't, like, for example, switch to the custom quest. Yeah, that should be the thing as well. Maybe if I put it right here, it's gonna be bad, right? Ooh. I think there's one more thing before I need to handle that. I need to handle on the database side, which is my functions of the strike or even complete, like the quest log right here. Because the quest log right here, I count how many quests that you did during the day, right? And you cannot switch between the two, right? If that should be count, and then we need to know if you complete during the day or not. So it need to be depend on something like this one. If you look at my trigger function, create update quest log, which is this one right here. So, and I need to do update is complete where this one. So I need to fetch the user information, and then I update this right here. Whatever, like the user that's doing this one. So we have like the quest log, we have the user ID. I can fetch the information that I want, which is first I need to know if the user is enable their own quest log or not. Yeah. But what about quest count? I think after thinking about this one, it's like, I guess like the quest should not be have like a default then. All right, so after maybe to make things really simple, because if everyone want to create their own quest, it's up to them. We don't have the option to be switched on that one, right? I guess we can change the whole things, but what about the current quest of the current user? Oh, hmm. Not really sure about that though. I think we can remove a request. That each quest, a request is going to be like their quest, so they can do like create whatever they want, and we don't stress complicating things like okay if it's like public quest or like this quest. I think this is gonna be a lot better. But the question is like you may ask, oh, what is like the I don't I think it's fine. It really it doesn't matter. Like we can reset everything. Mm, mm-hmm. I think we can actually reset everything. The problem with reset everything is that right now I do not read the quest, right? Okay. No, I'm thinking about quest history. It is fine. I think if I remove this one, it's still fine. Uh, it's gonna quest progress is going to be missed. I see. One thing that I can do is like right now, since for keep the backward compatible, I'm gonna keep like the default quest right here. But every user right now is going to read from the custom quest. I guess that's probably the best choice we can do. Like you can add your request. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's something that maybe we can do that. There's no public or there's no enable. Like the user right now can create their own quest. For the old quest, it's still up here. I'm not really sure. Like, should we keep that? The problem is that okay, right now, for example, this is my current quest, right? And right now, if I can see that, and the total progress is increment based on what? Maybe I think it's fine. I can remove this one. Yeah, let's try to let's remove it. The new quest, the quest log right now, is always written from this one. Then this is going to be, if I refresh this one, it's going to be empty, and this one should be true. So we be able to, add a quest. Okay. And what happened if I click on approve his quest? So right now, infinity. Okay. Ooh, well, maybe I think it's fine. It doesn't really matter. I need to check on my camera battery. Right, socket. Feel like the quest count right here doesn't okay, quest count here is fine. Maybe enable quest count right here. That's one thing. Try to change everything as to true. Actually, to be honest, we don't really need the enable custom quest, but because right now everything should be custom quest, it's going to be custom quest. To be honest, I'm not really sure what to do right now. To be honest, like, but there's some cheats problem right here, because the problem is right now if I having this one, like if you look at my trigger on the quest log, is that the complete right here is true is depend on the number of user who's do it, like the number of quests that they do it, right? For example, if they create a custom quest, 1, and then am I gonna mark this one as true or not? So basically that's the things. There's different way if I okay. I think we could have. Okay, that's good. I think I have the solution for it. Okay, let's try to reset everything. Right now we have everyone is gonna use the custom quest. That is good. Maybe I need an H1 right here. Okay, we have infinity right here, which is not really sure. Quest lock. Count as 1. 1 times 100. Maybe we can do something 0. Should be not infinity, right? Okay. 100%. Which is 1, and the quest count is of this user is actually 0. So that's why we have this one. For whatever reason, maybe I'm going to reset everything. This is going to reset every user lock. I think this is not good when you build on productions. Like for example, yeah. But it's alright. So this, I think this is alright. I'm going to delete every lock of the user and maybe every quest progress of the user as well. It's not a lot, it's only like 58 quest lock. Try to remove it. 56 quest progress. I think if that's so, the default, the public, well, whatever, the quest right here should be removed as well. Right, there's no turning back. I'm just removing it. Right now, a request is the custom quest. Okay. What happened right now on this user? Zero percentage, 0 quest. Great. And let's say test quest. Let's get some emoji right here. Paste. Okay, we have this test quest. Try to submit this test quest. And okay, let's see. I think what I did here is not really good for backward compatible. Like I just ignore everything. It's just like, okay, this is like a new things right now, new feature. The previous one, just ignore it. And right now, let's start with a new one. Okay, I'm trying to find the image that I want to use. This one, try submit. Okay. Right now, if my friend's quest, so I should be able to see his quest right here. And if I approve this one, so you can see it's done. So right now, he's complete. Like he is complete, which is not true, right? That, well, which is okay, very true. But for example, if I create again, hello, I forgot to, let's say, work out. And then add a new quest. Right now, as you can see, we can work out. But the progress right here, maybe I can, if I refresh this one, it should be 50, which is correct. But if we look at the quest log right now, it's still full. But I think the quest log right here should be something like this. So when is the quest log is going to be complete, right? When you mark this one is complete for during the day. Well, I guess there's one thing that we should not be care if it's complete or not. We can just count how many quests that you do. But wait. And then what about strike? Strike here is gonna be a different thing. Strike. Oh my god. I'm actually kind of stuck right now on what feature that I want. And right now there's no turning back as well. I just delete the whole the whole previous code, the whole quest. Let everyone do the custom. And for example, the strike right here, it depends on like how many quests that you do, right? Hmm. One thing that I can do is on the quest log, is this complete? Is depend on this one. If you look at my trigger function, let's go to trigger. Let's go to function right here. We have quest log. That right now it's 6 because the first one is 6 quests, right? Right now I need to change it to the quest log. Count. I can fetch the user quest count and put it right there. But what if the quest count is changed? If the quest count is changed, for example, what if the user delete the quest, right? And what if the user delete the quest? Okay, it's something that I'm kind of stuck right now. I should remove the function strike. Should I? Strike is good, but right now if the user do the custom quest, there's no way that the strike is making any sense. Like if you have one quest, if you complete just one quest, you strike is 1. But yeah. I think maybe just remove the strike here. I think the strike here, it doesn't really matter. Maybe we can remove it. The problem with, I think the problem is like with the progress and track the progress if we complete the progress or not. Because the user will create infinity of quests, right? And infinity of quests. And if we track the progress, if it's complete during the day or not, it depends on how many quests count. So for example, if the user delete this quest tomorrow, right? If the user complete this quest tomorrow, they want to complete today, they want to complete different quests. Actually, I think after it's changing again, I'm thinking like right now it goes again the value of the application, right? It's actually different. It's like because the application, I want the user to challenge each other. With this habit, we're going to challenge each other every day that we're going to do this. And whether we complete it or not. Right now, if the custom quest, right now, user can do whatever they want. They're not going to challenge each other. Basically, they just lock to each other. Okay, I'm doing this one. I'm doing this quest. Right now, the application more like, can you help me approve my quest, my habit that I actually did this? But there's no strikes, uh, uh, there's no strike or there's no delete and thing like that. Or maybe there's the things that I'm thinking about. Okay, what if they can create the quest, but each quest that they do need to follow one thing, which is the quest cannot be deleted, right? And this is like the habit challenge that you wanted to do, and you cannot delete it. So you need to think of something that you would do every day as a habit. So that is like the habit quest, right? This is like the application is all about. So if you create a quest, 6 quests, whatever quest that you wanted to achieve, you need to think beforehand on what kind of quest that you wanted to do, that you need to commit to do it every day. Before, I think the problem is that I create 6 quests for them. Maybe some quests they don't want to do it. They not want to do it. But right now, it's their own quest. They can do whatever they want. Okay. Maybe I can go with that. Like you cannot delete the quest, but still there's one error is that, for example, the strike right here. For example, today they create 2 quests, right? They create 2 quests. And they create 2 quests. And if tomorrow they create another 3 quests, what about the progress that I made yesterday? Like how many percentage and things like that is going to be messed up on the number of quests that we do right now. So for example, right now it's 100%, right? Of today. But if tomorrow they add another quest, what about the past quest? Like the percentage quest? Maybe the percentage right here, I need to calculate on the database rather than do on the front end. Like it depends on the number of quests that you do per day, the number of quests that you have now. And we're gonna update based on that percentage as a columns, as a like is what you do. Yeah, I think that's probably like the best solution. And I need to do that if I wanted to go with this one. The quest cannot be deleted. I think about a feature that I'm thinking like this. There's actually two-way. The other one is like the quest type. So for example, even though they create a custom, but they cannot delete, but they can change the quest type. So let's say the quest type, like every day they have like this kind of quest, you know, like 6 quests, right? But maybe tomorrow they want to change quests. We can go like quest types. Like, okay, the type is like, okay, chill or weekend quest or like weekday quests and things like that. Probably I'm thinking about that. But right now, let's try to fix the challenge and inform them that you cannot delete the quest if you the quest cannot be deleted. Well, the reason is that I think it's all right. Like if it's let's see what happened. Okay, right now I need to calculate the number of percentage that I'm going to have. What is this one? 0%, which is nice. Okay, how do I calculate the percentage and percentage? First of all, whenever the user complete a quest, we check the number of quests plus, and then we lock during the today right here. So if we look at like the function of create or update the lock, we insert into this one the lock date. Okay, if new, this one is like trigger when there's new quests, a new quest progress is complete. We do this one and then we update or we insert. Is there any way to calculate the percentage? Calculate percentage in, you know, PSQLs. Okay. We just do the same things. This is the value that assign. Or we can just do this one. Nice. Instead of count, maybe I can change that count to percentage. Okay, if we is not null, VID, we update. But how? Oh, I need to get counts and the current quest log. And then I'm update percentage based on that. No, if I do that's what happened if I update the quest count, and the percentage need to be updated as well. So when this one, the quest log should be no. Okay, it makes sense on the current day. I'm actually kind of stuck right now. This is a result of not preparing and not knowing what I want. Yeah, I need to think again. If it's 2, it's gonna be 2%, like 50%. But what if they increment? We need to increment. If we do on the front end, which is fine, but the problem is that one thing that I can do is like adding the quest count of the day that they do it. That is the thing. Right. And then what about the strike? Strike, it doesn't matter. It's like if it's something that you see on your own. I think it's fine. If you commit to it, it's fine. And the quest count, we able to, one thing that I'm thinking about is like I can add the quest counts on the quest log right here. I could add like quest count here of the day that do that. So whenever the quest count is update, we update this one as well. And then when we fetch, we can do like the percentage based on this one. There's 2 between quest count, because different day the quest count will be changed, and so it is going to be very different. So for example, this is today, a log of today, but the quest count this many. That's right. So it means whenever there's a new quest that's being created during today, this one need to be called as well, need to be updated, that this is like how many quests that you are doing. And if you complete that quest, yeah, I guess that is right. Let's do it. I'm gonna add like the quest counts. Let's do in let's do, what is the value of this one? In 8. Okay, it's a lot, like, you know, in 8. The default, it should be 0. Well, why do I have one right here? Okay, right now I'm just try to remove everything. We have one quest progress. Try to remove it as well. This is not actually good to do on production. But right now the app is like rewrite or reshapes to new things, so I need to think about it. Okay. Right now, whenever the quest is complete, the percentage is based on this one. Update on the quest log. The percentage is complete or true or false. Okay, this is fine. maybe I do not need to update like the if it's true or false. I'm just going to select the user, like select quest counts into. So if you go to profile, the quest count is in 8. So we're gonna do like we quest count in. Hopefully it's fine. Then we're gonna do select quest counts, right? Select quest count with S into. Okay, can we have bigger? Into we quest counts from profiles where user ID is equal to new dot user ID. Okay, so right now we have get a quest count. This one, when the quest progress is complete, okay, we select that. So we need to know how many quests that they have. And we can update the quest count on this one is equal to we quest count. If this is correct, right? If you look at the quest log and okay, this is quest. Nice. We update or we insert the quest. Okay. Quest count right here with the value of we quest count. Great. All right, right now let's try it again. So if I do my quest, this one, let's try to find the image that I wanted to use. Come on, there's a ton of image right now. Just submit. Great. And then on this user, which is, I'm gonna go to my friend quest. Also my quest need to be refreshed as well. If I approve, okay, user ID does not exist. Great, thanks for the error. There should be new ID. Let's say approve. Voila. Right now there's 30%, which is not quite sure if like it's, we have quest 3 and then we have 1. Nice. Right now I need to do one thing, is I need to refetch the type of this one again. And then on the percentage today progress, the percentage based on the quest log will have and then with whatever the data that we have here. So it's going to be like quest counts, data.quest counts, or ones. This is going to do all operator, but it is going to be like the same things. As you can see, the percentage is going to be the same. But for example, if I create a new one, let's say, hey, this one right here, let's add a new quest. Okay. Hello, drink 5 liters of water. Add quest. When I add this one, I need to revalidate the today progress as well. The use log right here. or not? Okay, so when I add a quest, I need to update the quest of the current day of the quest log. Or maybe it's fine. The percentage is fine. I guess if I do it again, so for example, if I complete this quest, let's try to use one of the fake image right here. Let's try to submit. And this user, okay. Not sure why real time here is not working. Great. If I click approve on this user, this is like the percentage that increased. 50%, which is correct. I guess this is correct. Because we have 4 quests, we complete 2 percentages. This is done. Great. Right now, one thing that I'm gonna test this out is like, okay, for example, I'm gonna try to change the date right here to yesterday. Okay. And if I refresh this one again, this is gonna be 0%. The quest log here is wrong. Try to remove. Maybe I can move the progress of the quest right here to yesterday as well. It's fine. And then, okay. Right now, if you go back, white is still 50%. Okay, today progress, which is the quest log, which is wrong, right? 22. Okay, I think because whatever that change in that quest log is going to create right here. 21 and 22. Let's do this one. I think my function here is wrong. I see. I just change the date and then I get the value and it's still right. Okay, anyway, it's all right. If we go back and let's try to refresh this one, everything should go be 0, 0, which is great. And right now, if I complete my quest, which is today quest, submit. Right now, if I go to this user, I have this user. Let's approve it. 25%, correct. And if I create a new quest, hello. Well, quest right here, it's fine. It's still there, but when we submit again, like if I submit, for example, this again and try to submit it, and if this guy approve, the percentage is going to be 40, which is, I think, which is correct, depending on like how many that we have here. 40. If you go to quest log, you have 5 quests, you complete 2. That's what you get. Is it correct? 2, yeah. 2 times 100, it's 20 at 200, and then divide by 5 is 40, which is correct. Okay, I think this is good to go. This is good to go. Right now, for whatever like the quest log that I'm going to do here, I'm just going to reset everything, okay? And I'm going to reset everything, this one as well. We have quest tracks. What about profile of the user? I think a request right now should go to 0. There's no, since when we delete the quest, this one is gonna go back to 0 as well. If I go to this one and impersonate, okay, which is not true. -1. But anyway, let's go to 0 and to 0. Oh, okay. It's nice. We have this one. I guess I can remove this one right here. Manage profiles. And we have this one. It's a little bit messy right now, but it's all right. If I refresh. Okay. Well. Ah, I see. Because I haven't deleted the quest, that's why. That's a problem. I cannot delete my own quest. Problem is like, okay, I guess I need one more thing I need to handle, which is the strike of this one, because whenever the user that's created, it's going to a strike right here. And so for that, we need to think about whether it's a strike or it's no strikes. And so for this one, the strike is that whenever you complete all of the quests, when it's go 100%, it is a strike. So there's a cheat right there. And so for example, if you create that, you complete that one, your strike is 1. That's it. And if you complete another quest, but the percentage, if this one, okay. I think I do actually have a function for that. One thing that I can do for database functions is create strikes. This is create strike when it is complete. Okay. Or maybe let's do something else. Create strikes. There's no if we right here. Okay, we can do if we for example, if you, I already update you, right? But if they create another quest, so right now the amount of counts and the quest count is not equal, the strike should go back to original value. But as the codes go, I do not know what is the original value is. So we need to think about it. So this is whenever like there's an update or there's an update to the quest log, we ran this one. And if we update, it's +1, right? If we do +1. But if it's not, when it's run again, it's not. And then we can check off the strike for today. It's -1. No, that's not the way. So I need to do some for strike. That is the biggest problem when you allow custom quests, because we cannot count like strikes. Like, okay, how many do you? I think probably the strike is not going to be implemented. Maybe we can remove the strike, because it is going to be complicated to count the strike and updating the strike. Let's say if it's complete for today, the user create one quest and complete one quest, and then we're gonna count the strike as one. But let's say and then the user, okay, I forgot to create one more quest, so right now the 2, and then we're gonna do another 2. First of all, I think in my mind, there's one condition. Okay, we can check if there's a user. Okay, if quest, if equal quest count is equal to count, and then we plus 1. I could run function on this one, like I can do like a cron jobs at the end of the day to calculate whether like the strike should be count. That probably like another way, but it's not gonna be immediate update if user complete the quest, right? I think for the strike, let's not use it. Let's not use it. We can fetch IC. The strike could be calculated from the quest log instead. Like for example, there's no need for this table. For the quest log right here, we can check if it's complete or not, depend on this one. So for example, when we fetch the user, we can check if how many strike at this one counts. Yeah, we can do that counts. That's straight. If you fetch, wait, then that's gonna be a like, I don't think it's a good idea. That's a good idea and also not a good idea. For example, if we have like 100 counts, we need to fetch from this one again. Maybe I think there's no counts for that, but we're going to work on the calendar to show you like on which day that you're working on. I think we do not have to do for the strike right here. But I'm going to implement the calendar to show you that, okay, in this month, how many, which day do you complete, which day do you do not complete. That's going to replace by that. Okay. I'm good with that. Huh. Alright, I'm just gonna do this one. There's no strike. But we can like activity, and then we're gonna do view calendar. Maybe we're gonna have like a button right here. You're gonna do history. Okay. Two variant of this one is gonna be ghost. So when we click on this one, it can go to the new page. It's fine. And that is going to be like showing you how many quests or how many things you're gonna do, like the history, if you complete it or not. And if we click on the quest, we can show you like the quest you can fetch on that day, what kind of quest that you're working on. And for the quest right here, maybe we can we can add like a quest log, for example. That's also nice, like a quest types. The old one is gonna be default. Okay, I guess I'm good with this update. This is going to be tailored to everyone's one, and then that is good. One thing about the friend quest, we should render all the friend quests instead of their progress. I'm thinking about that as well. But I think as of now, I think I'm happy with the new change right here. It's all good. This is what I want. And let's try to test it. Let's say read book. And I'm going to use this one. And pages. Add a new quest. Great. Then if I upload, yeah, just one of the image right here. So this is like testing. Then my friends should be able to see my quest that, okay, I do read book and this is what I do. And I can click on approve. So the thing is like, why it's 30%? Try to refresh this one. Maybe it's stuck with this one. If you go to quest log, quest count is 3. Okay. Maybe I think I should remove. I think I should restart everything. Delete web coding. -5. Okay. Some things. Postgres roles. I need to find. Where is it? This is, I'm not sure, like I should read this data, but it's fine. Okay. Now let's go back again. Nope. I have this quest, so I haven't removed it yet. Okay. So it's mean. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to. Great. If I refresh this one. Okay. To read 10 pages. Add quest. Upload the photos. Choose the smallest ones. Submit. Go to friends. Then in here, I go to my friends quest. Maybe I need to refresh again since a lot of change. It's good. Approve. Voila. Right now, it's still 33, which is not good. There's only one quest count. And if I go to profile, I can maybe add filter. Email is equal to Delhi. Coding. Maybe like a names. Should be what? Okay. Try again. Work out. Choose this emoji. Select this, submit. Waiting. Right now, if I go to this one and approve, it's still 100, which is just corrects whatever you think it is. So because it's quest count 2. Let's say if I wake up before 8 a.m. I'm gonna choose same emoji. Choose the same. Just I think right now I'm just do for whatever. This one is like healthy. Okay. This one, and I submit. Right now the percentage is going to shift on whatever. I see. I think there's, so the percentages go like that. I think one last thing that I can change, like the quest count right here, it will update. So whenever like there's a progress, the quest is changed on this one. So we have like increment or decrement, right? Increment quest counts. It listens to that. This is also going to update the quest log of that user where it's on the current date as well. But what if there's no quest log? There's no quest log, we can create one. Okay, we can do something like this. And then let's go into increment. Quest count, okay. So for this one, I need to do maybe functions on this. Declare this one. This one right here. So we select author ID of current day. And then so quest count. Maybe we do not need this one. And this one. If we ID is not null, basically we could just gonna be adding the quest count to 1. Update. If it's update, we're gonna do quest count is 1. Oops. Plus 1. L, the quest count is equal to 1 as well. The count is gonna be 0. We don't really care too much about this one. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So right now, for example, quest log is 4 because we have 4 quests right here. If I create another one, a new quest, and there's no user ID. Okay, which is great. Right now, let's try to debug this one. Increment. New quest, a new created by. Okay, for my account, so this user is gonna be stage 0%. Nice. And this one, let's try to maybe refresh this one. Lose. Great. Before it's 5, so right now if we go to quest log again of this user, it's 4. Huh. It is not making any sense. Right now it's 5. Alright, let's try to debug the function on the increment quest counts. Something must be wrong right here. So we select the quest log, new equal to created where user ID is equal to created by. Which is this one, right? And the date here as well, probably single. Then, if it's not null, we set quest lock and quest counts. Do I have a lock on this one? Quest progress. I see. There's one thing is that this function is invoke. Maybe I need to do it again. So first we need to delete the trigger of the increment right here. Increment quest count. We can, and then also increment quest count here is also deleted as well. Okay, I think before I delete this one, let's try to sync this one, because the reason is that the quest log right here need to be updated by that particular user. So that's why that's a problem. And so we can create again, increment quest counts, and then this is going to be trigger, show advanced, go to the finder. That's it. This one, trigger, create quest, increment quest, when on insert, after row, then increment quest count. Let's do this one. Okay, great. Right now I'm going to manually change this one to 5, because this is what currently we have quest right here. But for example, if I do hello world again, try a new quest. Right now this one, and then if we go to quest log, as you can see right now it's 6, because we have 6 quests, right? That should be 70%. And the quest log, if I invalidate this one, 50%. So whenever I do that, maybe I can invalidate the quest log. The user ID here is not using it, but it's nice. Add custom quest. Then we can invalidate one more key, which is going to be quest log right here. Oops, not this one. This one right here. Yeah. Maybe I need to more, because it is something that you commit to do every day. I still like unclear whether I should be able to let the user delete the quest or not. That's the thing that I'm still unclear about. Like maybe I should let them, or I should not, because if I let them, there's gonna be I guess it's fine. Like, yeah, they can delete. Oh yeah, they can delete. It's fine. It is fine. Maybe it's okay. They can delete. And whenever they delete, I can update the percentage of the quest for today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like for today, they don't want to work on that quest, because we do on the quest count decrements on this one, so we can decrement the quest log, like for example this one right here. Okay, let's try to have another function. Update the function of decrement quest count, this one right here. Nice. Okay, we update that one. So whenever that delete, it should be all, like this one return to all. All. Ooh, I just remember on the quest logs functions, this one, I do not need this one, right? So whenever there's a new quest created, we increment that one already. We don't need to even like, you know, to update this one again when the user approve. We can just add the count. That's what it is. We don't need this one. For example, the insert here should not be do it as well, because the insert here should not exist here as well, because the function that create a quest, whenever you create a quest, it created, oh no, it is still here, and the quest count is still adding because it's still valid. Well, the reason is that it's valid because let's say if you use the same quest tomorrow, so we need to select from your accounts and then to add into this one. And it's all right to do like duplicate right here. It's fine. Right now, what we need to do is just do decrements. Quest counts. So decrement, it's the same thing for increments. Basically, we need to select blah, blah, blah here. And then in decrement, should be okay. But if it's not happened, should I add that or not? Okay, I need to think about it for a bit about this one. Right now. Okay, okay, so for decrement right here, let's go for to decrement. So we need to think about this one. So if it decrements, let's copy this one again. So then we allow the quest to be deleted. So it's gonna be fine. But this one. So we're going to select the old, the created by, and then we're gonna remove it based on what? I think this one based on. So it's going to be quest count -1 if we find it, quest count -1. But if we do not have a quest count, so first of all, it means there's no quest to delete, right? That should be true. Like we do not create anything. There's no quest, even quest to be deleted. So there's no else right here. We can just remove this one. It's fine. So for this, we need to copy this one. I think we need to update like from the, we update the security. Maybe we decrement. I think I haven't saved it yet. So I can paste this one. Let's hit confirms. Okay, VID. Okay, I need to declare that. Confirm and Supabase function update security. Database function, as you can see, I think there's a function to do it. Create a functions. Grace. grant. Okay, you can see here. Revoke. Like execute functions. It's best practice use invoker, which also default. If you use, you must use a search pass. Okay, there's no example on this one. Okay. The best way that we can do is like copy this one and do it again. Like you, for example, do this one, decrement quest counts. For the functions, we need to delete as well, the decrement quest count. You create a new one and we call it decrement quest count. This is going to be trigger. Define there. And then for the trigger right here as well, the quest count, go to quests. And this one, whenever the quest is deleted, after roll, decrement quest counts. Great. So this one, it's been whenever the quest is created. The goal after test is 1, the quest log here, 6, right? If one of the quests is deleted, the quest right there is going to 5. Also, the user profile right here is also go to 5. Let's try to do that. For that, we need to do this user daily web coding demo. And let's try to delete this quest. Right now, it's go to 5. Let's go to profile. It is 5. Let's go to quest log. It is still 6. Okay. Which is not great. Instead of all, I think maybe all. We do .all instead. And let's do it again. So right now the quest log should be 5, which is I'm manually deleting it, which is fine. I delete another one. Profile 4. Yeah. Quest log 4. Great. This is working. We use old instead of the new one. So since it deletes, we got the old quest, and right now we got this one. Great. Right now the percentage, this one is variety based on whatever that you do, and it's complete or not. It's also the history is complete or not. It's depend on that one as well. And we could do that. I think it is going to be fine. So let's say testings again, and we do this one. The percentage is increasing, so you can see, which is great. Right. I guess this is good. The only thing that I need to do now is to let's try to run build this one on my local and then try to deploy it. Say git add feed a new feature. Okay. I think the commit here is very bad. Like it shouldn't call like new feature. So let's do git push. It is fine. Let's go to Vercel. Let's go to daily quest deployment. I need to actually test on my local first before I deploy this one. But hopefully I think there's no error. There's going to be no error. I'm confident in this one. Okay, right now it's billing the PWA. And all right, it's gonna be like a minute or so to do so. I think at the same time, maybe I can run on bill and local. Maybe we can wait, it's fine. On this one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this video is being watched or not, so I'm just like, typing what I do and like, explain my thought process in building this one. This should be a live video instead of doing this one. Maybe I'm going to buy a webcam later and then I'm going to like do a live stream instead of like coding like this. It's probably much better. Anyway, like the deployment is good to go. There's no error. If I refresh right now, a lot of things is going to change. I can create a quest and voila, we have a friend and things like that as well, but it's all good. So if I create a quest, for example, read book, there's one functionality like delete quest. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to work on it, but as of right now, I'm going to stick into this one. Let's do, yeah, maybe let's just do whatever the emoji that we have here. It's fine. And let's try to work on the quest, this one. This is like a fake image. Submit and review. Right now, if I go into delete quest, this one, and let's do it's my friends. I want to see a real-time notification. Great. Click approve. Voila, 100%. Yay! Woohoo! And if I do what? New quest. This is my fake account, so I don't really care too much. New quest. This one, yay, go back to 50%, and you can resubmit again. And tomorrow you can use this quest or change quest based on whatever you want. But the quest log is going to update based on the current day that you are doing, which is that's what's happening. So all right, so I guess that's all. Thank you so much for whoever watching until the end. I do not know. Yeah, it was a fun build. I don't know, maybe the video right now, to be honest, is like kind of experiment video. I do a little bit of this. I try to do like a vlogging, like code with me or explain like code it like this. It's also fun. And yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.